of Senator Marcos. Okay. And then this is the first public hearing of the Senate, this is the public hearing and hearing of the Senate Committee on Finance Subcommittee B, of which I chair. Today's public hearing will tackle the proposed budget of the National Irrigation Administration for the fiscal year 2021. And so we acknowledge the resource persons. We have here General Ricardo Visaya, Administrator, National Irrigation Authority, Manager of the Corporate Planning Services, NIA Control Office, Ms. Rogelia de la Torre. Okay. And we have the Regional Director of CAR, Mr. Benito Espique Jr. Okay, Region 2 Director, Raimundo B. Apil, Manager pala. Operations Manager, Mariis Wilfredo Gloria. Regional Manager, Region 3, Josephine Salazar. Operations Manager, Riis Rosalinda Bote. Regional Manager, Region 4B, William Ragodon. Regional Manager, Region 7, Wilson Lopez. Regional Manager, Region 10, Constancio Banay Jr. Regional Manager, Region 13, Madante Ganotisi. Acting Project Manager, Ilocos Norte, Ilocos Sur Abra Irrigation Project, Eddie S. Alonso. Project Manager, Chico River Pump Irrigation Project, Rolando Apaga. And Acting Manager, Halour River Multipurpose Project 2, Jonel B. Bores. Okay, that's all. And so we are all here. We have acknowledged the resource persons. We have now asked the National Call on Administrator Ricardo Visaya to speak and present their proposed budget. I just would like to say sorry that I'm quite late because I had my Department of Agriculture budget and we finished 30 minutes ago, I think, or 15 minutes ago. Okay, so we now hear the presentation of Administrator Ricardo Visaya.
Thank you very much, ma'am. The chairperson of the Senate Finance Subcommittee, Honorable Senator Sigla Villa, Senator Amy Marcos, ma'am, and other committee members, fellow government officials and employees, good afternoon at mabuhay po tayong lahat. I will now be presenting the NIA budget proposal for fiscal year 2021 for your consideration and approval. Any other slide?
Okay, go ahead.
So, i-full screen mo. So, the contents of our presentation include, next slide please. Shown on the screen. Shown is the mission of the National Irrigation Administration. At present, NIA is managing the operations and maintenance of all national irrigation systems and provides necessary technical assistance in the operation of turnover communal systems and extends farmers' subsidy from government for assistance in their operation and maintenance activities of systems. The next slide. The irrigation development level nationwide for the ending December 2019 was at 1.972 million hectares, or with percentage equivalent of 63% from the total estimated potential area of 3.129 million hectares. Those developed areas are either covered by national and communal systems with agencies' interventions, irrigation developed, constructed by government agencies, and private systems of corporate or individual owners. The remaining for development of irrigation is posted at 1.16 million hectares, or 37%, and NIA has this priority to support agricultural productivity and food security program. Shown is the level of irrigation areas in the country from the total estimated potential area of about 3.1 million hectares. The developed irrigation area reached 1.97 million hectares, or equivalent to 60% of the total estimated area. We have an average of 1.18% increase of new area per year. The NIA projects have to contribute new areas only upon completion of conveyance canals to the farmlands ready for water delivery. Those already have completed water source storage structures like dams and reservoirs. Irrigation is primarily needed to support agricultural crop production, most especially during the dry season. Several irrigation projects under NIA are included in the flagship projects of the administration and will program of the government. We also have to prioritize support by increasing areas with restoration works of damaged irrigation systems and to complete other ongoing projects under the 2021 budget. We made mention of the irrigation master plan to set the direction for irrigation development and to serve as framework for capital and operation and maintenance and financing of irrigation projects. The strong support of Congress for the plan for the guidance of NIA and all irrigation involved agencies, including local government units supporting agriculture, is much needed. Consistent with the PBT 2017 to 2022 strategic framework and strategies, the agency has continuing programs, activities, projects on new area development with required improved design standards for operation, modernization, and automation, restoration, repair works, improvement of irrigation systems to improve efficiency of water delivery services and climate change resilient facilities. We are conveying that in the recovery program of COVID-19 based and the We Recover as One framework, that the irrigation sector and infrastructures are also contained in the priority programs, projects, and activities that will enable the rural areas to address the impact of the pandemic in support of food security and adapt to the new normal. As part of the initial instructions and proposed executive order for food turnover of the bulk functions to LGUs, and will prepare for the turnover of communal irrigation systems by 2022. Another focus of NIA is on feasibility studies and detailed design components of project preparation that must be fast-tracked with improved standards and ensure quality of projects. The project studies shall move fast so we can prepare projects to be constructed and be aligned to the targets that are stated in the irrigation master plan. Thus, budgetary support will also be our first concern for the next 10 years of the Senate master plan. We had ongoing collaboration with DNR through a memorandum of agreement to address the problems in watershed areas supporting the irrigation systems. NIA has the responsibility to secure funding. Thus, we started to include the public investment program for critical watersheds serving the irrigation systems. For smaller scale irrigation projects, we are promoting the solar-driven pump irrigation systems, which is an adaptation for minimal operation and maintenance costs compared to diesel or electric-driven pump systems. NIA will continuously adapt modern technology that will minimize cost of operation and maintenance. Climate change and disaster resiliency in irrigation systems are mainstream in programs. Design facilities that includes provisions of river protection works near the dams and irrigation facilities, improved measuring devices and other technologies are being studied for infrastructure applications. The institutional development programs for irrigation systems involving irrigators associations shall be strengthened and will also move towards support for enhanced participation to government programs against hunger and poverty for target communities in the country. All irrigation programs, as well as smaller scale projects that contribute for immediate increase in irrigation areas and food security, should be classified as responsive to the COVID-19 crisis. One of the priorities of NIA is the reorganization or rationalization or to come up with a new organizational structure that needed revision from the existing 2008 plan in order to strengthen the organizational roles of various levels in the agency for effective and efficient implementation of strategies consistent with the plans of the government in which NIA is mandated in accordance with the needed support to the Irrigation Master Plan 2020 to 2030. The total proposed budget as recommended by DBM in the National Expenditure Program is 32.09 billion. That is 11% lower than the 2020 approved budget. The 31.46 billion or 98% of total budget is from the budgetary support for GOCC and from agency internal generated fund of 628 million or 2% of the total budget. The original proposal to DBM for fiscal year 2021 budget was 42.44 billion for a total reduction of 10.31 billion. For the expense class, comparison of the fiscal year 2021 NEP versus 2020 DAA, the 2021 personal services is increased by 387.6 million due to expected increase in the salary or compensation. The maintenance and other operating expenses is increased by 825.8 million, that is due to repair and maintenance works of office facilities, and the capital outlay investment is reduced by 5.18 billion. There is no program budget for repair and restoration works of communal irrigation systems in the 2021 NEP. The total program expenditure of the budget is broken down into general administration and support for fiscal year 2021 is increased by 1.5 billion, while the support to operations and operations budgets have decreased by 25.6 and 5.44 billion respectively. The total net budget is lower by 3.96 billion than the fiscal year 2020 budget. The increase in the gas is for support to delayed increase in salaries and compensations of employees. This slide shows the comparative level of operations budget or infra cost in year 2019, 2020, and proposed in 2021. The 2019 budget for infra ranked the highest for 25.47 billion in 3 years, while the 2021 net 19.23 billion is the lowest budget level with a decrease of 5.44 billion compared to the 2020 approved budget. This fiscal year 2021 level is also very low in the target budget of about 53 billion in incoming master plan for irrigation. Shown in this slide are the percentages of investment cost of new area development versus the existing systems programs. The investment ratio for the new area development ranges from 58 to 70%, while the existing systems ratio decreases from 42% to 30% of the total cost. As today, next slide, the physical performances of the budgets in 2017, 2018, 2019, and 2020 is 88%, 91%, 83%, and 29% respectively. The physical performances in the construction are also affected by the declaration of enhanced community quarantine in the zone area and other places of the country. Other factors affecting the performance include suspension of project implementation, shortages or price increase in construction supply, poor constructors' performances, canal systems in use due to continuous irrigation water deliveries, right-of-way issues, unfavorable site conditions, delays of issuances of environmental compliance certificate, insurgency problems, among others. And the financial aspects of implementation as of August 31, 2020, the obligations on both 2019 and 2020 were 97% and 70% respectively against the approved budgets, while the disbursement performances against the obligations reported shown are 66% for 2019 and 25% for 2020. The amounts of disbursements shown are almost at level of cash allocations released. We also complied to the letters of DOF and DBM number 580 for discontinuance of other unutilized budgets for the purpose in provision of the Bayanihan to Heal as One Act. The total amount of 992 million taken from 2020 and 2019 GAA budgetary support to government corporations. Next slide. Near to DBM Secretary regarding our appeal for a consideration of about 7.008 billion in the fiscal year 2021 National Expenditure Program budget, a portion of the total reduction of 10.315 billion from the proposal amounting to 41.774 billion. In the House of Representatives budget hearing, we also raised concern to them and submitted similar requests. Finally, here in the Senate, we are requesting to reconsider the amount of 7.008 billion in the budget. Here are our justifications and our request for a consideration in the budget. First, for the communal irrigation systems, upgrading that is being deleted in the NEP budget, and we are prioritizing systems in dire need. Under the full devolution preparatory instructions with DBM, the communal systems are covered by the Supreme Court's ruling for turnover to LGUs, and we also need to capacitate them to operation and maintenance for irrigation efficiency. Then in the government's hotline 8888, various irrigation concerns need immediate answer and actions also needing budgetary support. These are the concerns received in the 8888 hotline. 2019 concerns and non-functional irrigation facilities that request the highest number and improvements can be addressed if budget support is available. The concerns on safety and low water distribution will be addressed under operation and maintenance works. The delayed implementation of projects are also being acted upon and dealt with corresponding actions by respective regions and in central office. These reasons contributed to our action to request for reconsideration to our honorable senators, and this Senate Finance Subcommittee be chaired by the Honorable Senator Cynthia A. Villar. That ends my presentation, ma'am, and thank you very much.
Now we are open to questions from our senators. We call on Senator Drilon if he has any questions. Senator, you're mute.
Well, I can questions later if any, Madam Chair. I'll just listen first to the
Okay.
answer. Yes, later.
Okay. So no more senators. Aimee, Senators Aimee, do you have a question? Senator Aimee? Aimee, naka-mute ka. Aimee, naka-mute ka.
Opo. Ayun.
Okay.
Okay na? Okay na?
Yes, yes. Oo.
Sige. Itatanong ko lang kasi, ano yung dapat i-repair? Anong proportion ng repair and rehab versus yung new construction? Kasi napapansin namin, panayang repair sa maliliit na kanal sa downstream, pero the dams and the big watershed area, wasak na wasak. Hindi naman nare-repair dun sa tuktok na bundok.
Okay. As Administrator Visaya, will you answer the question?
Yes, ma'am. Noong po for this 2020 and 2019, ang the distribution po ng ng repair and maintenance is and doon po sa ay 70%.
Administrator Visaya, medyo magulo yung sounds mo. Medyo baka may kailangan i-turn off dyan para malinaw. Kasi pag maraming bukas, gumugulo eh. Okay?
In 2019 and 2021, ang distribution po is 70% new at saka 20% for repairing. But for this year 2021, ma'am, natanggal po ng DPM ang repair ng communal irrigation systems. So wala po, except for there is an allocation na allocated budget for the repair doon lang po sa Bangon Marawi.
So, anong place yung kino-complain mo, Amy? What place is that na ang repair yung maliliit, yung malalaki ang napapabayaan? So,
Yes,
what place is that?
Well, basically po, nagtataka lang kami dito sa Ilocos Norte. There are 5 dams that haven't been repaired since the 70s. Nobody goes up to the dams. That's the source of the water. Panay naman ang semento dun sa downstream sa maliliit na kanal na kung tutuusin, wala naman tubig nang dumadaloy. Pero panay ang semento nila taon-taon.
Can we ask the one in charge in Ilocos to answer that? The administrator, do you want to answer that, or you will ask somebody from Ilocos to answer that?
Engineer,
I know that to be the case in other places. Also in Nueva Ecija, pareho rin ang problema nila na puro yung maliliit sa downstream kasi madali ang trabaho. Samantalang dun sa mga dam na very deteriorated, wala namang ginagawang totoong repair. Kasama na dyan yung Pantabangan, yung mga area sa Magat, talagang kailangan na nila ng repair eh.
Ma'am, actually, yan po ang nag-trigger sa amin na to have a memorandum of agreement with DENR dahil yung sa mga watershed areas, hindi po kami ang we were not the one in charge po noon. Kaya po kinuha na namin po yun.
But I'm also the chairman of finance of administrator of DNR. Parang hindi ko nakikita sa kanilang budget yung repair ng ganyang watershed. Parang
Hindi
ang
lang yung
nakikita ko sa budget nila is the maintenance of protected areas. Pero yung sinasabi nilang repair of watershed, parang hindi ko nakikita. I will check again. Parang hindi yata nagpo-provide ang DNR doon.
Madam Chair, hindi lang po yung watershed, kundi yung mismong mga dam, yung malalaking dam katulad ng Magat na matatanda na, yung Pantabangan. Sa amin, may 5 dam at saka marami pa rin nakakalat sa North and Central Luzon. Ang luma-luma na, wala naman umaakyat ng bundok para ayusin yung dam. Puro simento lang ng malilit na kanal sa downstream. Maybe you can show me doon sa repair ninyo kasi nabanggit ninyo puro communal irrigators na lamang yan, di maliliit talaga sa ibaba. Wala naman tubig kahit sementohin mo ng sementohin.
Actually, meron din po sa National Irrigation System natin na
ang sinasabi niyo yung repair ng mga dam, wala daw ginagawa doon sa repair ng dam.
Ma'am, nag-address, like for yung nabanggit po ni Senator Marcos kung maganda specific repairs doon.
Maybe
Maybe you can give us a list kasi kung nakikita namin puro communal irrigators.
Maybe you can give us a report on what dams will or what will be repaired with your 30% of your budget. Oo, mas detalyado na kung ano ang re-repairs dun sa 30% of your budget, which is around 9 billion.
That's right.
30% of 9 billion yun eh. 30% of 32. It's 9 billion. So ano gagawin doon sa 9 billion? Oo. Of course,
Thank you po.
Mama. Something like that, 9 billion. Magkano ba yung repair? Magkano yung repair amount? Sa inyong budget?
Ma'am, actually, according to engineer,
5.8 billion. Tama ba yun?
padala na po namin yung plan namin po sa office ni Senator Miguel.
Parang 5.8 billion. Tama ba yun?
7 billion, di ba?
Hindi ko explain pa na sa
Ma'am, we have here, can I request our Deputy for Operations, Engineer Surai, to explain more, expound on the case?
Maybe you can submit it na lang kasi kung ano yung listahan ng repair ng 30%, kung talagang may mga dam na kasama dyan, o doon na naman tayo sa maliliit na kanal.
Kasi
good afternoon po ma'am. This is David Islay of NIA. Ma'am, we have already had a meeting with the DNR with regards to the watershed area. Then we have already MOA with DNRs between the NIA and DNR that the critical watershed of the irrigation system must be funded by the NIA and will be coordinated with the DNR. And we have already signed the MOA last year. And in CY 2021 budget, we have already adopted 183 million for the critical watershed covered by the irrigation system of the National Irrigation Administration. That's the part of the CY 2021 budget po, ma'am.
Okay, Madam Chair, I'm sorry pero hindi ko kayo masyadong naririnig. Pwedeng isubmit na lang yung listahan kasi hindi ko kayo naintindihan maigi. Kung maaari na lang, just submit na lang to my chairwoman. The other question are the lump sum. Napakadami ninyong lump sum appropriations sa proposed budget 2021. Why are there so many lump sums? Ano ito? Establishment of ground pump irrigation, Egypt, small irrigation, extension, expansion irrigation, carp irrigation, repair national irrigations. Maybe have the list or some kind of location map where these projects will be implemented. And are we not intending to itemize them in the budget? Kasi parang tig 3.5 billion, walang breakdown, walang address, walang maski ano.
Yeah, yes, ma'am. Ma'am, that is the program of the DBM. When we submitted the proposed budget, that is what we call the BAPD, program activity, the program activity budget, ma'am, that will be supported with the sub-project.
But remember, NIA Administrator, Bisaya, our point of view is different from DBM. We are Oversight Committee. So we want to know where your money are going. And we want to know so that we can do oversight over your expenditures. So dapat mas detalyado kung saan nyo dadalhin para naman yung katulad namin, we are senators from different places in the Philippines. So we can ask them if it's being done really. So we want to have a more detailed budget than we don't care what your DBM asks you to do. We have a different set of requirements from our committee. We are more detailed kasi oversight kami. Tinitingnan namin kung ginagawa nyo. So, hindi ba sabi nyo 30% will go to repair and 70% will go to new projects. So, maybe you can give us a list of those repairs kung saan dadalhin nyo and then kung saan dadalhin naman yung new para may idea kami kung saan dinadala yung pera. Di ba?
Yes, ma'am.
General po, Apo General, ang problema kasi may halos 10 billion dito, walang kaliwanagan, puro lump sum. Hindi natin pwedeng dalhin sa plenary na ganito ang itsura. Mahihirapan na aking chairwoman ito.
Yes, ma'am. Actually, ma'am, we have already the list. Yung ma'am na yung nasa inyo kasi yung nasa galing pa ng DBM. So, but the detailed list, isasabihin po namin, ma'am, sa inyo po.
Kasi iba yung
Oo.
yung kung ano budget ng new, ano gagawin nyo sa new, tapos ano budget ng repair, ano gagawin nyo sa repair, ano mga project yung gagawin niya sa repair, di ba?
Yes, ma'am.
Oo.
Yes.
Kasi yung kwenta natin, nagkapatong-patong, di ba? May 4 billion from the 2019 subsidy. There's another 1.6 billion from the old subsidies of 2015 to 2018. Ang tagal-tagal na nitong mga perang to, pero nandiyan pa rin sa inyong ledger. Ano na nangyari dito sa mga so-called savings? Kasi naka-carry over pa rin sa libro eh. Itong balance sheet from 2019, tapos yung mas luma pa, yung 2015 to 2018, may natitira pa eh. Ano nangyari doon, di na-implement?
Yes, ma'am. This unutilized funds noong 2018 at saka 2019, binigyan po kami ng authority ma'am na DBM to use that. So na-distribute na rin po namin for this 2020 ma'am. Under section 9 na
So,
nasa GAA.
So you have an additional, aside from your usual GAA budget, meron kayo in effect another 5.7B from this unutilized savings you're now authorized to use?
Ma'am, wala po ma'am. Actually, it's just
Ano ito yung balance na 4 billion from 2019, tapos yung carryover na hindi na-implement from 2015, 1.6. Ano to, parang 5.7, hindi pa na-implement, pero naiyak sa inyo?
ma'am, for the details ma'am na yung sinasabi niyo po, I request our finance manager to explain.
Hello, ma'am. These are our carryover. This is Edita Morales of the Financial Management Department po. These are the carryover from the 2019 budget po. It was being approved by the DBM. It's a carryover po.
Yes, we know that. We held over the budget of 2019 kasi nga na-delayed, ano? Kaso, malaki pa yung balance ninyo from 2019, tapos may tira pa from 2015 onwards. Ano na yung mga perang yun? Sinoli ba ninyo? Hindi naman yata nasoli eh, kasi sabi ni Apo Bisaya na in-extend daw ng DBM yung validity niyan.
Yes, ma'am. We have from 2015 to 2017 month, we have already under Section 9, we have already released that to the different regional offices. And also, we have also Section 7 of 2020, which was under the GAA. We have already then released that to the regional office for them to to be undertaken po.
So, itong 4 billion from 2019, ang sinasabi mo, allocated na yan or disbursed?
It's already allocated and released to the regional office for the implementation of project, ma'am.
Okay, if you can submit to my chairman para hindi na tanungin kasi hindi pa tinatanggal sa libro eh. Andyan pa rin eh. Tapos may itatanong ko tungkol dito sa yung ilan ba talaga yung ektarya ng lupa na irrigable sa Pilipinas? Kasi ang sinasabi, tayo lang daw yung bansa na lumiliit ang irrigable farmland. Sa buong mundo, lahat lumalawak, tayo lumiliit. Tama ba yun?
Ma'am, the potential area for development for irrigation is around 3.1 million hectares. And out of that 3.1 million hectares, nakapag-develop na po tayo ng 1.9 million hectares. That's why the percentage of accomplishment for irrigation development is around 63%. So meron lang po tayong natitira mga around 1.1 million hectares na undeveloped.
So kailan ninyo, kasi meron tayong National Irrigation Master Plan, dekada 70 pa yan, ina-update daw. Kailan ba natin ma-achieve yung 3.1 million na sinasabi po ninyo? Kaya tagal-tagal na po natin. Meron ba tayong plano na ma-achieve yung irrigation sa lahat ng potential farmlands?
Ma'am, pagka natapos po natin yung master plan ng from 2030, we can already achieve out of the remaining 1.1 million hectares around 681,709 hectares. Yan yung madagdag
Senator
dun sa
Jaime.
1.9
Yes po.
Senator Jaime, I want to interject kasi I saw their
Yes,
master
please.
plan
Apa.
before and I returned it to them kasi parang hindi nagko-coincide doon sa ating
Yun
plano
ang
sa rice. Oo, kasi
Oo.
di ba most ang irrigation natin na ina-answer yung need for water
Rice.
ng rice. Oo,
Opo.
pero yung master plan nilang isinabmit, malayong-malayo doon sa plano ng PhilRice, PhilMec, National Rice
Yun na
Program.
eh.
Kaya ibinalik ko sa kanila kasi parang pinagawa nila sa iba tapos yung mga gumawa hindi naman nakikonsult dun sa ating bagong mga plano sa rice. So yung
Correct.
sinasabi nila, under that, ang kanila daw target for 2030, 4.3 metric tons per hectare. Ngayon na pa lang 4.3 na tayo eh. In fact, ang target natin sa 2025 6. So binalik ko sa kanila yung kanilang national irrigation program, yung master plan nila for irrigation kasi maling-mali yung mga assumption. So tatanong ko lang, na-revise nyo na ba at kailan nyo isasubmit? Baka tayo pupunta sa plenary, wala kayong master plan.
Yes, ma'am. When we have a meeting with you, ma'am, na nagkaroon po kami ng meeting with the yung consultant ng UPLB and NEDA, and based doon po sa yung nakikita natin na maling assumption ng consultant, we are already corrected that based on the roadmap at saka nung yung big price. So,
where is
yung big price
master plan na?
namin. Corrected na po, ma'am. Corrected na po, ma'am.
Nasaan? When are you going to submit it?
Ma'am, we will going to submit it to you, ma'am, because when we have a meeting with the consultant of UPLB, they already aligned their assumption based on your the roadmap, ma'am.
Yes, because there is a national rice program, there is the Rice Competitiveness Enhancement Fund. Ang layo-layo ng assumption nyo dun sa programang yon. Kasi gusto natin gawing competitive ang rice farmer natin, dapat yung NIA is in coordination, will also adapt their plans to the plans of the other agencies in rice. Malayo kaya pinababago ko. Making a master plan is not just making a master plan. That is irrelevant. You have to make it realistic so na hindi naman malayo dun sa ginagawa ng DA, yung PhilRice, PhilMec, yon, at saka yung other agencies sa DA, National Rice Program. Dapat coordinated kayo kasi dapat iisa lang ang pupuntahan natin lahat. Hindi tayo, may sarili kayong plano, tapos may sarili silang plano. Medyo malabo yata yon. Kaya pinabalik ko sa inyo. Sana isubmit nyo yun bago mag-plenary kasi baka tanungin tayo doon, hindi natin alam ang sasabihin natin.
Madam Chair, yun nga yung problema namin. Yun nga yung problema namin. Alam ni General Bong, diyan sa Ilocos Norte, halimbawa, talagang wala ng ulan. Laking problema talaga ng tubig. Kahit ano pang sipag mo, pag wala naman tubig, ano pang magagawa? So that's why NIA has become so important sana to our development. If they can activate. Last year, the PIDS, the research arm of the government, said that 47% or almost half of the irrigation associations suffer from low performance. Tapos, hindi daw nagbibigay ng maintenance allocation ang NIA. Rather, it prefers for the problem to become a major rehab project. Hindi na minomonitor, hindi daw minemaintain, at dapat sana nagpa-pipe laying and lining of unlined canals. Ito na yung mga bagong irigasyon. So, did you act on any of these recommendations and findings of the PIDS? Because it's a real serious indictment of our efforts in irrigation.
Yes, ma'am. We are going towards the recommendation of that, ma'am. Ganun na po yung ginagawa namin, yung PIDS, ganun po yung aming ginagawa ngayon on the modernization, especially for the line canal. And we have also adapted the new technology, adapting the HDPE pipe so that yung evaporation po ng malilesan po at saka yung mga seepage po na nasasayang po during the delivery of water. That's now our program, ma'am.
But the key finding is the weakness of the Irrigation Association. That's the number one finding. Have we not taken action in this regard?
We have also have the functionality survey, and we have conducted a series of training given to the IA, the capacity building and the IA organization, and also the training for the financial capability of the IA. Kaya po ma'am, ang ginagawa namin ngayon, we are train the IA how to be entrepreneurship para magkaroon po sila of other income. So yun po yung ginagawa namin ngayon.
Pero ang problema po, mahirap mag-training kapag yung mga kaharap mo, 58 anyos, 60 anyos. Ang tatanda na po ng Farmers Association natin, parang baka wa-effect na yung ating training.
So, we are adapting ngayon, ma'am, na yung mga new technology. Kaya nga, ang ginagawa natin ngayon, ma'am, yung ating mga institutional worker on the field, nagtitrain na po ng mga young leaders of the Irrigators Association para po makakapag-adapt po doon sa new technology na binibigay natin po sa ating mga farmers.
Okay. Madam Chair, isang chismis na lang itatanong ko sa kanila. Kasi ang sabi, if the land remains unirrigated for a certain number of years, it is said that after 2 years, if it's unirrigated by NIA, the same can be converted and sold. How true is that rumor that land sales are being conducted on potentially irrigable or previously irrigated land with the assent of NIA?
Ma'am,
I always
and potential for irrigation, ito po ay non-negotiable po, ma'am. Hindi po ito na-convert into some other uses. Pagka nakasama po ito doon sa ating potential for irrigation development. Yun po yung...
I disagree with that kasi my experience, like for example, in Las Piñas, somebody from NIA came to me and said that they will improve our yung aming river because it is the budget of NIA. So I go, why will you come here? We are a city. It's not anymore. Our place is not anymore for agriculture. Bakit kayo dito mag-i-improve? Kung i-improve yung yung parang mga river namin, it's for public works to do it, di ba? Kasi hindi naman kami agricultural land. Ang problema kasi ng NIA, you allot budget even in cities. Dapat wala na yung mga cities kasi yung mga cities, definitely, ang mga lupa doon, either bibilhin na to build houses or to build factories. Kasi sa mga cities usually bumibili yan kasi mas maganda ang doon facilities. So, dapat yung mga project nyo, dadalhin nyo doon sa talagang rural areas kasi you should not be bringing your project to the cities kasi paano doon? Iba na ayos ng land doon Ginagamit na yun sa ibang bagay. Katulad namin, dadalhan nyo kami ng slope protection sa river namin. Wala namang plantation doon sa river namin. Ba't nyo gagamitin ang pera nyo doon? Kaya minsan nagkaka-conflict between the use of the land kasi dinadala nyo yung pera nyo doon sa, alam nyo naman na hindi na bagay sa agriculture. Dalhin nyo yung pera nyo doon sa rural Philippines na dapat doon ang agriculture, di ba? Huwag nyo dadalhin sa syudad kasi doon nagkaka-conflict eh. Tapos magagalit sila na may irrigable land daw, kino-convert into housing or to industries or to commercial. Usually naman tong mga housing, industries, and commercial, they are in the cities. Why will you bring your money to the cities? You bring
Hindi
it to
naman
the
lalayo
rural
yan eh.
Philippines. Oo. Kasi syempre, may presyo na yung mga lupa sa cities, yung mga may-ari nun, gusto na ipagbili kasi they will make really a lot of money out of their land. Oo. Ngayon, kung gusto nilang mag-agriculture, then they can buy in the rural areas, di ba? With the proceeds of their sale. Kasi minsan, mali din kayo na basta may nag-request sa inyo, kahit sa syudad, dadalhin nyo yung irrigation nyo. Hindi naman practical na doon yung irrigation. So, nagkaka-conflict tuloy. Pero kung dinadala nyo to sa talagang for agriculture, hindi naman tayo magkaka-conflict eh. Oo. Di ba? Do you understand what I'm saying? Ay, yung nga nagdala sa akin eh. Sabi ko eh, wag mong gawin dito yan. Baka ma-issue pa sa akin yan na humihingi ako sa NIA dahil ako ang oversight sa NIA. Dadalhin mo dito sa syudad. Nakakahiya yan. Pinalipat ko nga yun eh. Kasi bakit nyo dadalhin sa syudad? Ang inyong pera. Alam nyo naman yung mga syudad, gagawin na yung industrial, gagawin na yung commercial, gagawin na yun for housing, dadalhin nyo ang inyong pera doon, tapos magagalit kayo na kino-convert for other purposes. Dalhin nyo sa rural Philippines yung pera nyo. Marami nangangailangan yan sa rural Philippines.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, proposed budget natin ngayon, ma'am. Doon na po sa rice producing provinces. Yung po mga rice producing provinces, ang nakatuon po ng aming budget ngayon, ma'am. Kasi yung pinipati.
Ngayon, itong budget mo, yung question ni...
Concept, ma'am.
Yung question ni Senator Amy, you have this irrigation systems restoration program. Wala namang nakalista dito kung saan to. Puro to,
Lump sum.
Wala. Just a description of what you're going to do. Wala naman detalye. Coconut slope protection, repair of national irrigation, climate change adaptation. Wala ditong detalye. How will we know? Saan ba to? Nagrereklamo si Senator Amy na dun sa mga lugar nila, may mga re-repairin, hindi nire-repair. Ilista nyo kung saan to kasi puro generalized description to. Hindi namin alam. Dapat meron lugar saan gagawin at ano budget, di ba? Wala tiningnan ko
Yes, ma'am. Ito actually, ma'am, hindi lang po nasabit sa inyo. Pero bukas, ma'am, isasabit namin sa inyo.
I-submit nyo kasi gusto namin malaman saan gagawin. Repair to Huwag kayo yung very vague. Kasi paano naman kami gagawin namin yung oversight namin on very vague description, di ba? Paano namin ma-check? At saka kung may dadaling kayo doon sa mga concern nila na mga senador, na mga lugar nila, at least malaman nila kung meron o wala, di ba?
Opo. Last na lang po. Last na lang, Madam Chair. Ano ho ba talaga itong balog-balog multipurpose project? Naka-phase 1, phase 2, 500 million taon-taon, mahimping kopong-kopong po pa, nag-umpisa. Saan ba yan at wala ba yung katapusan? Kasi parang bata pa ako, may balog-balog na sa NIA.
Yes, ma'am. Actually,
ano ho ba yan? Walang katapusan?
It was only started nung po ako naging administrator. So kaya nga more than 35 years naman na delay yan dahil hindi ko naasikaso doon. So nung naano ko po yan na sayang naman yun. So it was only started in 2017 yung pag-take over ko as administrator. So,
Saan po ba yan? At ano yung total budget? Ilang taon bago matapos?
Sa Tarlac, ma'am. supposed to be, and this will be finished by 2022.
So, siguro yung malalaki ang piliin nyo, yung malalaki ang description, yung malalaki ang budget na
Oo.
you have a two-sentence description on what is this and how you if it kasi to tingin ko multi-year budget to multi-year budget.
Yes.
Ilagay nyo
Yes.
yung total na project at how many years you're going to do it. Para pag nakikita namin dito, hindi taon-taon nakikita mo, hindi mo maintindihan kung talaga bang gaano kamahal yon, tapos ilalagay nyo kung ano. Lagyan nyo ng description para
Yeah, pareho
naiintindihan
ng public
namin.
works. Opo, yung tulad ng public works kung multi-year, maliwanag. Itong taon na to, pero yung total ganito. Sana ganon.
Multi-year project, ihiwalay nyo yung multi-year project nyo para i-explain nyo ng may description na multi-year yon, ganito ang total amount, we'll do it in how many years. Para hindi kami nagugulat na taon-taon na andito, di ba? Ihiwalay nyo yung multi-year nyo. Ihiwalay nyo yung maliliit na tapos na during the year. Di ba?
Yes.
Parang mag-ano kayo, wag yung locally funded project nyo. Ilagay nyo lang yung multi-year at saka yung mga for this year tapos na yon. That's the end of it. Para makita natin, di ba? Oo.
Yes.
Para
Yes.
naiintindihan nila kasi hindi kasi kami pwede ng ganito Puro vague Oo. Oo. Sige. Tapos ilalagay nyo yung foreign assisted. Tapos gaano kamahal ba yon? Tapos ilan ang inyong ano doon, yung inyong, di ba in all foreign assisted may share ang NIA, tapos may share ang yung foreign government. So ilagay nyo lang yon kung magkano yung foreign, magkano yung inyong equity doon, para naintindihan namin that it will last for how many years, para mahiwa-hiwalay para mas madaling intindihin, di ba? Ngayon, kung ito papasa sa tawag dito, sa DBM, iba yung sa amin kasi yung sa amin we're concerned how it will develop, di ba? Oversight kami ko, so mas detalye siguro. Huwag niyong ibigay sa amin yung inisinubmit niyo sa DBM. Lagyan niyo ng more details. Kasi ako naman, in fairness, pagpunta niyo sa plenary, ako sasagot. Sana naman pagbasa ko ng inyong budget, masasagot ko na yung tinatanong. Hindi na ako tatawag na resource person kasi self-explanatory yung mga nakasulat dito sa budget. Para kung tanungin ako, masasagot ko na, di ba? Ganyan naman ang mga project nyo. Meron talagang multi-year, foreign assisted, yung mga gano'n. Yun ang malalaki, tapos may maliliit. Oo. Ngayon, yung hindi foreign assisted pero malaki pa rin, i-describe nyo na gano'n, multi-year, di ba?
Yes.
Tapos yung 1 year lang, yun ang separate yun para madaling intindihin, di ba? Okay, before we continue, I want to acknowledge lang yung pagdating ni Senator Drilon, okay? And all the other resource person. We have acting PM Malitubog Madrigaw Irrigation Project 2, Sale Cabunto, Regional Manager Region 11 Jimmy Apostol, Regional Manager Region 8 Manuel Rañeses, Regional Manager Region 5 Freddy Toquero, Regional Manager Region 1 and Concurrent Project Manager of the Lower Agno River Irrigation System Improvement Program Angelito Miguel, Regional Manager Region 4A Romeo M. Lopez, Occidental Mindoro Raimundo Calusin, Regional Manager Region 12 Diosdado A. Rosales, Acting PM Balog-Balog Multipurpose Project 2 Prudencio Santos Jr., Assistant Project Manager Nia Larisip, Engineer Joselito Mercado, Acting IMO Manager Nia Asimo, Alan N. Fabricante, Acting Division Manager, Engineering and Operations, NIA Region 9, Engineer Marites Soria, Acting, who's speaking ba? Can you please close your, somebody speaking, please close your, ano ba yun? Don't open your system in this kind of hearing kasi we can hear you. And Nia Laguna Rizal Imo Fidel Martinez. And acting EOD Chief Nia CN Imo Wilson Narvasa. Okay. And Nia Region 9, Acting Division Manager, Engineering and Operation, Engineer Marites Soria. And then, who else? NIA Region 6, Robertino Lapena, Regional Manager, Region 12, Diosdado Rosales. NIA Region 8, Presentations E. NIA Region 6, Lynn Grace Cosing, Manager, Internal Audit Services, NIA Central Office, Pepito Padilla, Manager, Financial Management Departments, NIA Central Office, Edita Morales, and Regional Manager, Region 9, Rory F. Abance. Okay, I guess we have acknowledged everybody. So we go on with our questions. Yes, you can proceed, Senator Amy.
Wala na po, that's all I had to ask, and pinaka-importante yung master plan and our performance tracking. Maraming salamat po. Thank you also to the NIA family. Please submit to my chairwoman the list so that madali ang buhay natin sa plenaryo. Thank you.
Okay, we all know that, thank you, Senator Amy. We all know that the government agencies were asked to refocus their budget for 2020 to respond to the COVID pandemic, and some part of the 2020 budget were for later release. This being the case, how much of your 2020 budget was released to NIA for your implementation? Meron bang nakuha sa inyo for COVID? And meron ba later release? Kasi mukhang mababa ang performance nyo in 2020.
Ang ambag po namin is 992 billion pesos po, ma'am.
Ano? What did you say?
992.
Ang
992, ma'am.
million, okay, kinuha sa inyo
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
for COVID. For
Yes, ma'am.
COVID? So nabawasan kayo ng almost 1 billion for
Yes, ma'am.
COVID. And then yung later release nyo, meron ba kayo in addition?
Wala na po, ma'am.
So wala kayong later release. Bakit ganun kababa ang performance nyo?
Yung ano kasi, ma'am, na talagang tumigil po mula March kasi doon eh.
Ang kailan kayo nag-resume? Kailan kayo nag-resume?
July.
July.
naman doon. Yes, ma'am.
July. So, are you going to finish your target this year, or you will not be able to finish your target?
Ma'am, talagang hindi po ba kaya ngayon. So, next year, ma'am,
Ihahabol nyo in addition to your 2021 budget.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
There are projects and programs in your 2018 and 2019 budget that are continuing and were stopped due to COVID-19 and in response as part of the Yan Act 1. Were these projects and programs included or listed again in the 2021 budget? If not, what is the current status of these projects?
Wala na.
Sinasabi ni Amy na may 2019 pa, may 2018. Are you going to finish these projects in 2018, 2019? Or you have stopped this?
I'm going in, ma'am. And
So you are not going to stop these projects, you will continue them?
yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Hindi ba 2018 meron parang, hindi ba nasa cash budgeting tayo, parang binigyan lang tayo ng 1 year or 1 year grace period? Baka yung 2018 hindi nakasali doon. Kasali pa ba yung 2018 sa 2020? Hindi na yata. Hindi ba affected yun yung cash budgeting rule? You have to finish the project at a certain period of time or else hindi na pwede yon. Savings na yon.
all obligated at continuous yun, ma'am, sa
So,
amin.
obligated to, kaya it will continue yung 2018 and 2019 budget.
Opo, ma'am.
I have received complaints that the release of water from the dams of NIA is not synchronizing with the planting season, particularly in Nueva Ecija, Isabela, and Cagayan provinces because of repairs or new construction. I believe their request should not coincide during the planting and harvesting season in order to give maximum benefit to farmers' irrigation. Should coincide during the planting season as well as harvesting season, and should not coincide also during the typhoon season. Do you have a permanent solution to this na yung release of water nyo is synchronized with the planting season, with the yung maraming typhoon, or will it coincide with the harvesting season? Do you have a SOP on this or a policy on this? Because
There is a continuous coordination with the IAs, and that even it includes also yung mga local chief executives natin po, ma'am. So may coordination po ba para yung
Bakit sila
synchronization
nagko-complain? May synchronization kayo, bakit sila nagko-complain? May
talagang
synchronization ba kayo?
ng lahat kasi. Oo, ma'am.
Kasi I live in the city, so we can ask Amy Marcos kung may synchronization ba sila sa planting season, sa typhoon, or ano. Senator Amy? Kasi sila yung nakatira dun sa mga lugar na yun eh. I'm not so familiar. Yes, nawala si Amy. So I'm just concerned with this complaint na hindi nyo daw sinisynchronize sa planting season, sa typhoon, at saka sa harvesting season yung pag-release ng water nyo sa inyong dam. So,
Ma'am, can I explain, ma'am? Ma'am,
yes,
can I explain?
yeah, of course. So, you speak.
Ma'am,
Okay.
ganito po yung pag-formulate namin ng aming cropping calendar. All the stakeholders are involved. The IAA, the LGU, the Municipal Agriculturists, and the Provincial Agriculturists. Mag-uusap po yan, ma'am, ng kailan ba mag-i-start ang cropping calendar. Then magpipirmahan po yan, ma'am, ng all the stakeholders. Then minsan pa nga, ma'am, isinasubmit pa na yan namin sa Committee on Agriculture for the Committee ng munisipyo and also the Sangguniang Panlalawigan to ratify the approved cropping calendar agreed by those stakeholders. Kaya lang po, ma'am, kahit na nagkaroon na po ng announcement ng ganito, meron po mga individual IA farmers member natin na hindi po sumusunod doon sa ating cropping calendar at yan po yung nagko-complain. But if you are telling us na hindi gan po, yan po ay napapag-usapan and we have approved cropping calendar signed by those stakeholders from the municipal agriculturists to provincial agriculturists at pinapa-adapt po namin yan sa Committee on Sangguniang Panlalawigan.
There is synchronization. You're telling me that
Yes,
there
po.
is. Kaya lang, iba-iba rin yung farmer, hindi sila sumusunod dun sa ginawa nyong date, parang synchronization. Ang point ko lang, siyempre, di ba, typhoon, hindi naman natin na po project yon. So, minsan, we have to make adjustment kasi yung typhoon, biglang dumarating yun, hindi naman natin maipapromise yun, di ba? So,
Yes,
you
ma'am.
make adjustment on that. Oo, na hindi pwede na yung ating ginawa, will just follow to the letter. Kung nagbago ang panahon, di ba, we have to make certain adjustment. Because these are the complaints coming to us, so we are just discussing it. so that you will be conscious of what is the expectation of mga people with regards to NIA. So I guess I think that's the only question that I'm going to ask. I just want to manifest and remind you that we want to see your master plan ng irrigation na more coordinated with the other rice agencies like the RCEF agency, the National Rice Program, and so forth, so that they are not in conflict. Okay, and we want a detailed description of your irrigation program, both yung repair at yung inyong new irrigation, kasi divided lang into two, yung both for repair program nyo at saka yung new irrigation nyo program. I-detalye nyo lang para wag sila nagko-question. At kung may question man sila, masasagot natin sa plenary. Okay? So those are the things that we want from you. So with this, we end this hearing. Siguro pagod na lahat ng senador. Kaninang umaga pa kami. And then we submit your budget to the plenary, but you have to give us your reports that we ask from you. Okay? Thank you very much. Suspending the hearing of NIA. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.